For the simple recipe, you'll need a food processor, 24-ounce storage containers, a spatula, and some measuring spoons. All the ingredients you need will be 8 medium-sized ripe bananas, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and this is optional, 2 tablespoons of agave nectar. Okay, so what you'll want to do is chop up each one of your bananas. I typically just will chop off the top and the very ends, and then I'll just peel them off by hand, and then I'll put them into each one of the containers. It's important that you kind of break them up, because if you try to put them together, they kind of clump together in a large chunk, and it's really hard to process those, especially if you have it in your freezer, say, for anywhere past 24 to 48 hours. For this particular recipe, I recommend that you put it in the freezer for at least 12 hours, so that way it has some frozen consistency to it. Otherwise, it's just going to come out almost like a smoothie rather than ice cream. So I try to do as many bananas at the same time, so that way if for some reason I want to make some recipes later on, it's available for me. And also, just bananas by themselves frozen, it's just quite the treat, especially when you get towards like the summertime. It's awesome to actually snack on that versus going out and buying some over-processed, sugary type substitutes. Okay, so these were already frozen for about 12 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and break those on in there. You'll notice they're kind of clumped together, so they might need a little bit of coaxing into there. So we're going to put in all 8 bananas. Now we're going to add in 16 ounces of the almond milk. I like to use unsweetened almond milk with the vanilla flavoring. Save the 4 ounces for later. Now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. If you want to make it more chocolatey, you can add maybe 1 additional tablespoon. Then add in a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now add in right about 1/8 cup of agave syrup. Now this just sweetens it up a little bit more. You'll find it's probably more than sweet for you. Every now and then as you're going through, you're going to be processing this. It's going to kind of get real thick at the very top. So this is where you're going to use the additional 4 ounces of the almond milk to kind of get it to where it's broken up a little bit. But you're going to need to go in with your spatula and stir it up every now and then just to make sure that it gets nice and evenly blended. And you'll see it comes out to roughly about 64 ounces altogether, so it is a lot. Now what I'll do is I'll take those same containers I stored the bananas in and pour out the ice cream. I like to eat it when it's fresh, but if you would like to, you can actually put this back into the freezer and enjoy it later, or enjoy it right now.